Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
The man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies vs. the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard. That was like the best money spent ever. What Boulevard Bullies trying to do? Unite Revolution. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. I just saw a lot of wrestlers were barking. Anyway, hey, I'm PK with the BLVD, your host with the most. Welcome to the second worst show on the internet, and here are my co-hosts. First and foremost, the man who graduated Deathmatch Medical School to be called the DMD. The man who just told us right before we went on the air that he's planning to steal the Declaration of Independence. The D.
Nicolas Cage.
MD, the Deathmatch Doctor, ringside show.
What's going on, boys? Good to see you guys. As always, Larry, I'm loving the shirt.
Hey, man, it's a throwback. I got to remind motherfuckers, yo. I've been there.
The man who is wearing the same polo that he wore when he was the assistant equipment manager of the ROH football team. A former boat owner, the captain of the ship. You may know him as Larry the Legend. And he is our wrestling father, Larry Legend. Everybody.
Legend. What up, Larry?
So, Pat, you know, I'm not Roberto Negro, and I will correct you.
Okay.
This is not the equipment manager shirt for the football team of Ring of Honor Wrestling. This is the staff shirt for the Sinclair Broadcast Group employees. So you remember Ring of Honor started out as an indie, and then Sinclair Broadcast Group bought them. And one of the corporate implements were that Sinclair's Broadcast Group wanted the people that were being paid from that bag, they wanted them in uniform. So this is my uniform.
Did you get pants too?
I didn't get pants. I wore my own pants. I often wouldn't wear this. I would just wear my tuxedo.
You know, I'm not going to do
wouldn't
wear pants.
Dad, you were there. You were there. You remember the tuxedo that I wore the time that you got the footage of Max carrying the barricades at the Hammerstein Ballroom? Was that your first time in there?
That was my first time, not at the Hammerstein, but definitely at a Ring of Honor show. And that was the gimmick of the video. I just went around acting like
first time, because once I got in there, I was putting everybody on the friends and family list. Pete Rosado, the Blvd Bullies, everybody was Brian XL, House of Glory. I was on my guest list, you know. So yeah, but this is the staff shirt because I was staff. See that?
Hell yeah. And last but not least, the deathmatch moderator, the deathmatch ADMIN.
He's the admin.
Yes.
he's the governor.
The governor.
He's
the fucking governor.
Administrator.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm merely a part of a group of people that are good
God.
people.
You know, Rob Black put it very eloquently last night on the Rob Black show when he said, like, the entire deathmatch community is like royalty of some sort. You know, like Andy Lawler, Joe Beisler, and you Gins. You guys are all like knights of this kind of round table of deathmatch, and you actually can impact influence. You're like the Senate. You're like the Senate in ancient Rome, you know, and some of you are noble and some of you are not so noble.
Wow, is he the Chris Christie of the deathmatch scene? Is what you're saying, Larry?
I would say that Chad Minis would be more like the Chris Christie of the deathmatch scene if any individual had some governance over things and made things the way that they wanted to, and did it, you know. But I like Chad. I work for Chad, and he pays in advance and well.
Hey, welcome to the show,
things.
everybody. Boulevard Bullies.
Well, you
versus
said
the
second. This
world.
is the second worst show. What's the first worst show?
Yeah,
Happy Edge Day, y'all. On this day, I see
Happy
clearly.
Edge Day.
What is
Bet you
Edge
do.
Day? Is it Edge's birthday?
Why
Well,
would it be
straight edge.
Edge's birthday?
Straight
Straight
edge
edge.
Day. Raise your fist in the air. Drug free. Cleanse
No.
yourself. You don't need it, despite what they may say. It's in your fucking head.
Is that a real song?
Yeah. Raise your
It better
fist in
be.
the air. Drug free.
Mm.
Raise your fist in the air. Drug free.
Mm.
Anyway, sorry. Happy Edge Day. Hey, and welcome to our final episode.
The 420 episode.
420 episode.
sober-
This is
sober
our
celebration.
drug-free episode. Drug-free.
Cheers.
So what'd you guys
Indeed.
do this weekend? I think that Sean performed.
I did.
Larry performed.
You performed.
I
Pat.
also performed, yeah. We
You
had
performed on
three-
Friday the 13th, the most important day of the calendar year.
It was a big wrestling day. It was a big show day on Friday the 13th. Sean, what
Yeah, there
show
was
did
shows
you do?
everywhere.
You worked.
I was with Outlaw. We were upstate at a brewery. I forgot the name of the brewery. It was a
Good
pretty dope
God.
spot. Chad actually was the ring crew guy.
Of
Chad
course,
is-
he makes his
Oh
money.
my God. 1 week removed from the picture of you two surfacing, and now Chad is following you all the way to upstate New York. Tell me you drove him.
What's next?
No,
The
we
PWJ
actually-
blood print.
No,
So what's
no,
next? The
we actually-
PWJ Chad card?
Who knows? Who knows? Sky's
Sky's
the limit with Chad. Chad's just everywhere, bro. I was like, well, Chad's here. Let me go say hi to Chad.
I mean,
Yeah,
there are
the show was
8x10s of his child. There are 8x10s of his child branded with no holds barred ICW.
I have a,
You
si-
remember
I have a,
ICW
I have a
baby?
signed ICW baby card. Signed by
who?
his very own child. By Chad
Logan.
Min's child.
No
Logan.
way.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
That's
Signed.
Yeah.
Just a little scribble.
I got to ring announce Tommy Dreamer defended his
Nice.
digital media championship.
How did you
Against-
announce him?
ECW legend. Impact
Not original?
Wrestling. Huh?
Not original?
Legend.
You said legend. Okay.
ECW
And then what else?
legend.
And then what else?
I said, making his way to the ring.
Hey,
Legend.
don't give
Impact
it. Don't give it.
Wrestling.
No,
digital media
no, Sean,
champion.
no. Don't give it to them for free.
Tommy
I just wa-
Dreamer.
Don't do that. Don't you do that ever again. Don't you ever give it to them for free.
get one
You
for
make
free.
every fucking.
We make you
Okay.
give it to us, Larry.
Everybody gets one.
You give it to us sometime on the show. You
I give
us
it to you. I
intros.
give it to you because it's my show.
So then, yeah, that was dope. He defended against Ray Jazz.
The reason that I ask is because one time I announced him in Watertown, Massachusetts, where they caught those two kids who did the Boston bombing.
Uh-huh.
I announced him, and I announced him as the Dream. I don't know why, but I announced him as the Dream. And after the match, he came up to me and he goes, "Hey man, a great announcement, but don't you ever, as long as Dusty Rhodes is alive, refer to me as the Dream. That is for one man." And then he walked away from me. So I just was
Wow.
curious, like,
Bad for you.
yeah, true story. I don't know why I was
Next, if you
possessed
ever
to
announce
call
him
him
again,
that.
you should call
Funny
him the
that you
Dream,
say
'cause now he's
that.
dead.
Funny that you say that. So as soon as the match is over, what plays? He's just a common man.
Really?
I swear to God, working one with his hand. I swear to God, bro. He walked to the back to American dream. I swear to my bro.
That's
I
funny
swear.
shit.
Son of a bitch.
I have.
I am not-
I have
I
my
have no
camera
reason to-
downstairs.
Good dirty.
Just funny that you say that, and then that wound up being the song he walked to the back to.
Scoundrel.
Dude, and I have no reason to lie. We have no reason to set
know.
this shit up. I got here 5 minutes before we went on. I swear to y'all, the
It
feedback
was
I
actually
got from
1
Tommy
minute.
Dreamer, whatever. The feedback I got from Tommy Dreamer was, don't you ever, as long as Dusty Rhodes is alive, call me the Dream when you announce me. And I was like, sir, yes, sir. You know, like, never again. And then he walked away. He walked away from me like I was a piece of shit.
Larry, could you
Man.
explain to me?
Well, aren't you gonna hold on real quick, Pat? Aren't you actually gonna see him again soon? Like he's on the NYWC show that you're the special announcer for, right?
Okay, I will see him. Yeah. But I see him a lot.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. He's always. Remember at one point he was like the booker of CZW?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember at one point Tommy Dreamer was like on every CZW show and he was like helping DJ like run it? So there. And just like I just see him. Conventions, MCW,
He's
like
everywhere.
Tommy's not rare for me. He's not a rare person for me to be around. I would say him, the Sandman, not Raven so much, but him and the Sandman, I they're in my rotation just because of who they are.
Right.
You know.
That's dope.
Yeah, I you know. Why do you ask? You want me to bring it up?
Yeah.
You want me to
think you
bring
should-
it up?
oh, I think you should announce him as the
want to
Dream.
see. I want to see if he walks to the back and they play the American Dream again.
Pat, didn't Tommy Dreamer once yell at you for something with a kendo stick or something out of no ring?
With Cass.
Yeah, I remember a funny Tommy Dreamer story.
Tommy Dreamer has definitely yelled at me a
that
few
sounds
times.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a yeller.
I've been in
He's-
trouble with him a few different times.
I mean, Tommy is old school, like Bully and all of them.
Yeah. They don't
where
like me.
It's like, well, no, not that, but that if you're on the show with them, they're immediately your mentor. And
Yeah.
like anything that they can impart to you in a harsh way or big brotherly way, they're going to do it because they care.
That's one way of putting it.
I seen Bully tell somebody that he was gonna smack the shit out of them if they didn't move away from him. It was the most insane shit ever.
Like a
You
fan?
want to?
Yeah.
I got a good Bully one when he was with Ring of Honor for a stint. Pat, you got great footage of him on the Boulevard Bullies video where
It's a
he
great
said,
video.
I waited on you at Cipriani's or whatever it is. And he stops and goes, motherfucker. Yeah, he doesn't say anything. He just goes, I remember that. And then he goes,
Yeah.
I once like was tasked with like filming a skit backstage where he was talking to the Briscoes and he looks at me and he goes, and I'm not going to see this on your own social media. I'm not going to be scrolling through Twitter and see this video. And I'm like, absolutely not. I work for Ring of Honor. I'm going to give this right to them and, you know, whatever. He's like, I better not see it. You know, so like, again, all of those guys are like from that school of like,
Gatekeepers.
you're a little nigga, you know, you're all little niggas, you know, like,
basically.
yeah, you know, like, and they'll tell you about yourself.
The last time Tommy Dreamer yelled at me, I think we were at whatever Tournament of Survival was during the pandemic, and it was me.
And Tommy was there. Wow.
Was it a BCW show? Might have been a BCW
I think it may
show.
have been a BCW because
Okay,
Tournament
yeah.
of Survival during the
Yeah,
pandemic was Shane Mercer powerbombing
Yes,
Lucky.
it was a BCW show with a no ring afterwards. And so it was me, Shane, and Big Cass, and there were all these like mattresses stacked like in the
God.
showboat, like the back. Now think about this too. This is height.
This may have been that time.
This is height of quarantine as well, like height of Corona. And
I
we're like
remember
jumping on the
this.
mattresses and doing like wrestling moves to each other on the mattresses, and then we're all like, "Why do you think these mattresses are here?" And I'm like, "Oh, these are probably the ones with Corona." So then, like,
That's
Tommy Dreamer
right.
comes walking in. He's got his kendo stick, and he goes, "Shane, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, you know, I'm like advising or whatever." And then he was like, "Hey guys," and I was like, "Hey, we were just jumping on these Corona mattresses." And dude, and I'll never forget. Cass goes up, and the Cass has wrestled him at Outlaw at this point, like previously. And he goes up and puts his fist out to give him bones. And I'll never forget it as long as I live. Tommy Dreamer taps his fist with the kendo stick. Tapped his fist.
Here you
And
go.
then he just like left.
What
And I said, something about, like, wow, it's like Did anybody feel that storm cloud coming in? Jesus
Dude.
Christ.
What
Funny
what
fucking
royalty?
shit.
What
Tapped
royalty?
him-
Like
tapped
the
his
way,
fist.
yeah, like
Yep.
yeah. Like,
Good. Amazing. Incredible.
I got one more Tommy story. One more Tommy story. I heard this story from AR Fox back when AR Fox was with Dragon Gate USA, and I guess there was a Tommy Dreamer appearance on Dragon Gate. I had been shown the door by this point, but AR told me he and Sammy were, getting some of the devil's lettuce and fucking, whatever, and they were walking back to the hotel and they bumped into Tommy Dreamer, and they tried to be like, yo, what did you think of our match? But he could smell the cannabis on them, and they said his face looked like they had just taken a dump, and he's like, you guys fucking stink. He was like looking down at them and really like just being like, you smell like you just smoked a bunch of weed. And like they were both kind of like, well, and he's like, you guys shouldn't be walking around here smelling like that. You fucking stink. And like just would not stop talking about how bad they smelled. Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer, everybody.
Tommy Karen.
Woo.
Tommy Karen.
He cares.
Tom Laughlin.
Hey, so Larry, speaking of those who shall not be named, give me a very vague, not so positive, not at all complimentary, without naming names, version of what you did this weekend as your Friday the 13th show. But don't use any names or locations either.
I'm going to say this much. As an announcer, Sean and Pat, and I don't know, Brian, you just play drums. I don't know if you ever do vocals, but you know when you're reaching your limit. You know when the pipes is like starting to be like, oh, goddamn, more water. After everything I say, after every announcement, water. Well, at the show that I did on Friday the 13th, right when I was at the point where I was like, I can't even anymore, this guy, Cancer Christ, took the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, where I started the energy at a fevered pitch, right when I was like starting to be like, oh God, like the way you are in the game when you're beat all the way down, he took that mic and lit that place up. And like as a performer, I was just so thankful that he brought as high of a level of energy going into the main event as he did. And lucky for me, the main event started hot. So like all I had to do was tell everybody go home. Like it was one of those kind of like kismic things that happen where from one performer to another, I'm like, brother, tag me out, you got him. And like he was thanking me for just keeping their energy as high as it was all the way up until the time that he took the stage, because he was like, dude, you had him, we had him, the whole show was had. So yeah, I just want to shout out Cancer Christ. I didn't even know who that was before the show that shall not be named on Friday the 13th. And seeing a roommate of mine from over 10 years ago when I lived in Park Slope, Brooklyn, Amanda May, who came by the show. She lives in Bushwick. I told her I was going to be in Brooklyn doing a show. I saw my girlfriend, Amanda May. She would not let me drive home immediately and almost die. She insisted I go back to her duplex apartment in fucking wherever. Greenpoint, almost the sky, Greenpoint. And I slept.
She refused to let me drive home and die. I went to her duplex apartment in the sky.
Hell yeah, and we did. Yeah. So yeah,
great.
that's all my. That was great. And I drove home on the morning after, which
Smart.
I very rarely do. I usually drive all through the late night, but I drove the morning after and it sucked because the morning after there's a bunch of other people around and I'm so used to just being on a clear, open, dark, red lights of the truck in front of me, like road,
right,
and all this light and all these other cars and old ladies. And I was like, oh God, this is terrible. So my commute back down to Baltimore sucked. But yeah.
All these old ladies are terrible.
I mean, old men, old ladies, everybody. It's Saturday morning after a cast show. So everybody's don't the dole. And I'm trying to fucking get the rental back, like
incredible. Sounds like you did a bang up job. Love that for you.
I'm drinking my tea because I'm still recovering. At these shows, there's a strip show as well. And I will not leave well enough alone. I have to take the mic for a stripper.
Oh,
Sean
you make
and Brian.
those shit so lit, dude.
I realized
it's a whole experience.
No, come on.
That should be its own show, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
you know what sucks? You know what sucks when it's broadcast? They play some other music. They play some other music over the girls dancing.
Oh, so you
That
can't even
wasn't
hear
what
your
the-
commentary, dude?
No,
Oh, fuck that
dude,
trash.
no.
That's
Nah, bro,
trash.
I'm
That
not
makes
gonna
the
lie.
whole experience.
I
That
agree.
Your
I
is the
agree.
most
fucking commentary over
awesome
dancing.
stripper commentary I've ever come across. He goes, "Take that ass, take
Yeah.
that,
Oh
take
my
that
God.
ass."
It's very it's like very
Jesus
ball.
Christ.
It's like ballroom. I don't know. I don't like.
Exactly. I
Dude.
command these bitches to shake their
You're
ass.
commander,
when-
dude.
When they
It's
do what
amazing.
I tell them, everybody drops them fucking dollars.
Oh, they
And that's what I
drop them
tell them. I say,
dollars,
drop
dude.
them
It's
dollars.
the best shit of my
Yeah,
life.
dude. Yeah, I have a good time.
Brian,
with my
stop.
girls.
Will you two stop encouraging each other, please?
It's the last
Jesus.
episode.
I'm sorry.
It's the
Final
final
episode.
episode.
Hey,
we
this
don't
is
give a
sign
shit.
off.
Edge day, y'all. Edge day.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I performed. I played a little music show about 10 minutes, 4 miles away from where you were, Larry.
That's right.
I put you on the guest list. I told the lady that you were my manager. Never showed. Made me look like an idiot.
Your manager was busy.
You should have made a lie. You should have said the manager was stuck with a big artist.
Yeah.
You should have said that
Yeah.
the other artist I was bringing, Christina
Cancer
Diamond.
Christ. He was stuck with
got
Cancer
ill.
Christ.
There you go.
Dude, they're actually
Cancer
actually
Christ,
on
no
tour with Squar.
relation. That's Slug
That's
Christ.
what I heard.
That's Slug Christ's
it's
brother, right? Cancer
That's
Christ.
Slut Christ's
Cancer Christ
father,
related
actually.
to Slug Christ.
Yeah, they're Christ boys.
So we played a show. It was great.
way.
Shout out Paloma Blanco. I was so inspired by our performance. I really am rarely satisfied, with anything artistic I do, but I was so excited about the performance. And somebody actually YouTubed it. So I had a good idea. And Brian, you might like this. I made a new playlist. It's private now, but we're going to unveil it. It's called Music of the Bullies. And all of your bands and all of my bands and all of our musical videos will be in that playlist. Any of our karaoke stylings, things.
So
of
not
that
like
nature.
music that we like or just like. It's like actual music that we created, like our bands.
Yeah. Yo, and
Like
you know
all the
what?
Heathers, you're gonna put all the Heathers
Oh,
are
I
dying in
thought
there.
my playlist was gonna be up in there.
Well, maybe that's what I was saying. Maybe we could do like a collab. Maybe if there are some listeners
likes
who
my
have
playlist.
bands and have things that they do,
I
we
mean,
could-
Sean, have you ever done like drops or vocals or like rap or anything like that? I've done a few I'm on a few. I'm on Leo Rush's shit.
I've never jumped on a track. No, but I have.
He's never-
I have never jumped on a track. No,
I would love to hear it.
I have yet. to.
Ringside Sean featuring Ringside
Yo,
Sean.
this show is all
Should
the
rap
way
over
off
the Slug
rails.
Christ song.
Hey, no, we're doing great. We're completely on schedule.
all
And
right.
as we're talking about what we did this weekend, I want to shout out one of our loyal viewers, one of the friends of the program from the very, very, very beginning, Logan Stein, who I don't know if you guys remember last week, he was saying that he wanted tips on how to sneak his fucking little scrawny ass into a wrestling show and be on the show and maybe perhaps even referee. And we told him, yo, just bring your fucking bloodiest referee shirt and, just blend in. And from my reports, that's exactly what happened. Hold on, I have some firsthand reports. You guys want to hear this story of triumph from a member of the Bullies family?
Absolutely. Let's
Triumph.
hear how far our.
I mean, I'm
encouragement
a
goes.
little taken aback by this, but go ahead.
How dope is this? Yo, I followed your advice, brought a ref shirt to the show. Turns out both the refs booked got stuck 4 hours away. Their car broke down. I did what had to be done. I threw on my stripes and introduced myself and refereed 5 matches back to back, belly to belly.
He was like,
Yeah, exhausted, just all up in their way. Never ref before, just like completely standing in the wrong. And I said,
What
yo,
show is this for?
okay, so Urka told me what show it is. Drop it in the chat here, what show it is, because I forget. I said, how'd it go? Any ref bumps? Felt a little out of place at first, but it grew into it as the show went on. No ref
It's like
bumps,
riding
but
a
one of
bike.
the guys put him in a headlock after I called his match. And then I was like, did you know the finishes? Did they tell you the finishes and talk to you, or did you just improv all the 3 counts? And he says that he gave all of them, but there was one with like a tap out timing, like a stoppage that he had to do, which for a first
That's
ever
awesome.
show, dude, I mean, this is like a legendary
That's
story.
that's
He
a
was
lot of
ready
weight on
to
your
fucking go,
shoulders.
dude.
Yo,
The Bullies
that's-
way.
Five
that's what
matches
it's all
with a
about.
Made that
special
shit
match
work.
in between.
I had to improv ring announce. And I said, yo, yeah, they're going to welcome you back.
Yeah, he did everything. Did you wrestle too?
Yeah, right. Pale Fest. There you go. Yo, that's what we're doing.
Pale
Chilco,
Fest?
Ohio or something.
Hail fest.
Yo, so everybody,
Oh, nice.
congratulations.
Right on.
Congratulations
Right on,
for
yo.
Logan, yo.
Boulevard Boys giving
Congratulations,
good advice
Logan.
sometimes, you know.
That's awesome, dude.
I fucking love that show.
I'm gonna say that that's great advice because the advice that I got from Prince Nana was that if you don't show up, You can never seize the day of any opportunity that might actually happen. And what goes further than showing up is fucking have your gear. Like I would show up to Ring of Honor, tuxedoed out, just fucking standing around in the Hammerstein Ballroom watching the show. Make sure Kevin Kelly walked past me as he's leaving. Oh, this fucking black guy in a tux.
He shared some knowledge. Pat, he shared some knowledge with you, right?
Kevin Kelly?
No, Prince Nana.
Prince Nana.
Yeah, I don't remember it though.
Oh God.
It was something along those lines. He's a nice guy.
He's another one of those old school pull you to the side. Hey y'all, did y'all see Chris Hero's wrestling?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Timothy Thatcher. I think at the end of the month, the coming month or October 21st, one of the two.
What do you think Chris Hero looks like?
Like he loves dinner.
You think he's chubby?
He loves fast food and candy bars.
Oh,
That's
see,
his vice.
that's really mean, Larry. I just said dinner.
I know specifically what he enjoys: candy bars and fast food.
Really?
That'll do it. That'll do it.
I thought he had a thyroid issue.
Well, maybe I heard wrong.
Maybe
it's
the combination of all three.
Mine is
now
only
the
hearsay,
show's
but
off the
mine-
rails.
Mine is only hearsay, but mine is from a very reliable source that would never have a reason to lie. He enjoys those two things.
Well, all right. So leave us with this thing. What's his favorite candy bar?
How much do you know, Larry?
I only announced them one time in my entire life. Twice. 2 times.
Hey, before we get into all the goings on in the deathmatch world, including deathmatch drama, including perhaps 1, maybe 2 special surprise guests, we're just like kind of distributing the Zoom link as we go these days. And preparing for the worst. Thank you everybody for watching. The giveaways from last week. Brian, do you have the card from last week?
Yeah.
This is our new tradition. This is the new mailbag. I'm going to read the comments from last week. All you got to do to get involved in the giveaway is drop some comments, and if they're funny, we'll read them. I personally haven't pre-screened these, so I'm just going to read all of them. And you know what? I actually didn't do any work, so I'm going to write them down as we go.
Here we go.
Okay. Brendo. Why does the show always have to end at 9? Do you guys turn into frogs if you stay past 9? Keep the card. I'm not for free stuff. I just love the show. P.S. Rob should give Brian something free. He's a talking board for XPW every week. Just my opinion.
I agree.
He technically gave me edibles.
Right, the prototypes. The prototypes.
Prototypes.
Shout out prototypes. I was
Yeah, that motherfucking comment gets fucking 3, 4. That was legendary. Whoever that was.
To be fair, we do go past 9 sometimes. We've gone past 9, so we don't turn into frogs. That's
it made me smile to think of us all turning into frogs, and that's really the reason.
I'd be the Budweiser frog.
That's a funny shirt. That would be a funny shirt. All of us as frogs.
Okay, this is from Dean M. Chicken boxing rules. That's in response to Mickey Knuckles talking about Big Joe using raw chickens as boxing gloves during Tournament of Death, and that she didn't want the salmonella. She'd rather get hit with a boxing glove with barbed wire than a salmonella chicken.
Little Jerry Seinfeld.
Right in the mouth.
Yeah. She has her limits, and one of her limits was salmonella poisoning. So that's a good comment.
She jumped off a balcony and broke her goddamn leg in 2, but no chickens.
No chickens.
Salmonella's a real thing, dude. That's like toxic shit.
Also,
so breaking your leg in 2.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like feeling like stomach pain and like feeling sick might be worse than like bone pain. Who wants to shit diarrhea? Who wants to shit diarrhea all the time?
You know the diarrhea is gonna stop.
Bro, but I have experienced the
vomiting
flu
and
stomach things. I've experienced having to like shit really bad and like being in a bad way in my tummy.
Well, you know what? To
that
Mickey
in
Knuckles,
common.
to Mickey Knuckles, it's worse. To her, it's worse.
Whatever. Moving on. I don't want to talk about doo-doo.
All right. So one of the other key points, one of the main themes of the show has been Brian's controversial takes and statements, both about his collectibles the week before and this time about the erotic male-on-male circle jerk meme that he made regarding all the deathmatch promoters.
Sometimes I forget. So much happens. I sometimes forget.
So this is why I like comments mailbag, because we can review last week's controversies. Brian, after the show ended, I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit here. We had a one final meeting, because there have been times, ladies and gentlemen, there have been times where Brian has said something absolutely deplorable, and Sean has taken the train in from New Jersey to meet with Brian and I and try to like get Brian to stop saying ridiculous things, and just
only half truths.
Understand where the line is between like, saying your opinion and being a good admin and like, arguing with Zandig and et cetera, right? So we came up with an ultimate solution, which I think we've all agreed upon, and everything is totally cool. Brian, you can continue to do exactly what you want. But I get to make fun of you and roast you mercilessly on the show about it until I see fit. And, I'm going to get all the viewers behind me. Schlack's going to call in and agree with us, and as long as you, and I don't want to hear in a month, like, you always make fun of me on the show.
I have thick skin. I have thick,
okay. So as long
skin.
as you're like, and you know what, listen, this is a gift, my gift to you.
Give me eyes, Sean.
I'm going to be worse to you than any of them can. I'm going to prepare you for the public. I'm going to really just get into you. And I've scanned the internet this week. So far, you seemed a little bit more well-behaved this week. So, hey, give it up for Brian, everybody. It's a work in progress.
It's only Tuesday.
But we had an ultimate.
Right.
I had an interaction with Daniel DeMonto.
So this comment is in regards to all of that.
When?
You had what, Brian? Please, you know what? Before
you don't scan the internet well enough.
You had it. You
listen,
argue.
I'll be honest. Sometimes I don't look.
He said something rude. I replied, and then he replied again with something rude.
So, okay. Well,
now you got to get into it. What
are we going into the deathmatch drama?
Well, wait. Let's hold that. That's a nice tease for the deathmatch drama. This comment says, "I could listen to Brian talk his way around that post all goddamn day. Hilarious." That's
Cheers
from Charles Collins.
Cheers, Charles. Hope you win.
Pork Chop Express, valued member of the family, says, Brian, stop crying about misprints and rips. Just appreciate the ones of one.
One of one.
And then
member.
The Roach, as I like to call him. I don't know if that's the name, but that's just what I see with dyslexia. Hopefully I'll win the Tremont card, not get tricked into deleting my Facebook account like a boomer. That's in direct regards to you, Brian, as well.
I replied to that. Did that put
like a boomer?
Brian, did you reply something inappropriate to this?
No. I don't think so. No, I said something funny.
One reply. Oh, geez, I'm afraid to watch. It's all right. I'm sure it's fine.
I think I said you guys your old age is rubbing off on me. That's all I said.
All right, so I'm taking these
don't even
comments.
go on Facebook.
I am ripping them up into sections of size.
How many did we get? 5?
Yeah, 5 solid comments. So Brian, while I do this and reveal who wins the Tremont card, can you show us what we're giving away this week to those who comment on the video?
Yes. As we all know, it is spooky season. So we're going to give away some spooky prints.
November 17th.
The greatest Halloween mashup of all time. This is 1. Halloween 1. Halloween 2. And Halloween 3.
That one's got one of Halloween 2 has one of Brian's blood rivals, Zandig, on it.
Indeed, and the late great Jerome.
He was mad at us too. He was mad at us too. Don't forget.
He was mad. I mean, I think Jerome
he tried to shake us down. He tried to shake us down.
I think Jerome was set on y'all. I don't think Jerome saw that on his own. I think someone sent it to him and was like, "Hey, these guys are doing this." And I wonder who that was.
Oh yeah, I wonder who it was.
I wonder who that was.
Speaking of, I wonder who it was. Brian, could you tell us about your deathmatch drama with Danny DeMonto that you did on Facebook that you blatantly hid from me going into the show?
I didn't hide it, dude. Okay, first of all, it's not hidden. I didn't do anything wrong. If you watched wrestling this weekend, RPW announced team shouted out Deathmatch Elite. So one of our friends, Joe Baszler, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Baszler.
I call him Bye. Joey
Bye. the Jerry Garcia, the deathmatch Jerry Garcia posted, thank you. We get shout outs from thank you for the shout out. And then Daniel DeMonto commented, that's going to be the only shout out that you get this weekend.
Wait, what happened? I don't understand. Who did he shout out?
Deathmatch Elite. He shouted
the
out
whole
Deathmatch Elite.
Someone on commentary at RPW shouted out Deathmatch Elite on the show.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Did I say that wrong? Whatever.
I wasn't
that
paying
happened.
attention.
Daniel DeMonto then said that's the only one you're going to get. So I said it's the only one that mattered. Fair. And then he responded,
leave well enough alone.
Whatever. And then he said, trash sticks with trash was his response to me. So basically, he says everybody in Deathmatch Elite's trash.
I don't understand how Danny even saw it. Didn't he remove himself from Deathmatch?
No, this wasn't on Deathmatch. This was on Joey Bai's personal Facebook. He made a personal post, and Daniel DeMonto commented that. So I commented it, and he commented, and then that's it. And I don't think that I said anything wrong. That was the only
Brian,
one that
that's
mattered.
not so bad. Admittedly, that's not so bad.
Yeah, those were worse.
That doesn't trigger me as much as your other things.
He talked shit. That's rude.
All right, you guys want to see who wins this Matt Tremont card?
Let's see.
As always, the names have been written down from this pad, ripped into equally sized pieces, folded up into equally sized pieces, and systematically, randomly put into this Newport box. And they're being shaken around. And the winner of the Matt Tremont card is none other than Charles Collins.
Charles Collins.
With the pro begins comment.
Congratulations, you've just won yourself a ICW No Holds Barred Matt Tremont signed card.
Love to see
Please
it.
be sure to send the message with your address.
Yes, you have
Yes,
to.
send me your address
as soon as possible.
Now it's time for you to do more work. You commented the thing. Now you got to reach out to us, send us your address, and then next week remind us to send it.
Just send me your address. I'll send it. And then
congratulations.
Don't forget this week.
Yeah,
make
this
comment,
week,
comment,
all
comment,
three
whatever
prints.
you like. Comment something funny.
You know what, Brian? I have a
Prints.
nice tube for those. I have a very nice tube.
I like not flat. I like just putting them in like a flat thing and shipping them flat.
Okay,
Not
you're
a good
you're
idea.
The collector. You're the collector.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea, Brian.
That's how I do it all the time.
Please share why, Larry. Please share why so other people know why.
Because depending on the market that your item is going to, there are some very disgruntled postal workers who I know because I know people who work for a different post office who intentionally fuck with your shit just to be like, oh, please don't bend.
Yeah, but you got to pack it. You got to pack it right though, so it doesn't bend.
So save yourself that and just put it in a fucking tube.
Why is everyone arguing with me?
Put it in a goddamn
I'm shipping it.
tube.
You don't have to make any worries. I make it very easy.
But
I make it easy. I'm going to ship it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
We are
anybody.
Pat just was commenting.
And if it comes and if it's broken, I'll send another one.
All right.
It's okay, Marnie.
Brian.
It's okay, Marnie.
We have a lot to talk about, and the deathmatch drama is ripe this week because, I'm a fan of random and obscure stories, and this one is a good one. But let's start with RPW. Let me just ask you, Brian, have you put up the Schlack signal?
I've been put it out.
All right. So you've
Schlack,
and our
he might be
special
busy,
perhaps
Schlack.
guest, have you sent out that bat signal as well?
Yes.
Because I want you to talk to us about your experience viewing RPW this weekend, and that's culminating in the Schlack deathmatch drama regarding the chairs, which the chat, by the way, thank you for watching. Love you, live for you. Is already talking about. So walk me through RPW and get me ready. Get me ready for this
the most exciting match for me.
Okay, or go right to the most exciting. That's cool too.
That's what you want me to go through the whole card?
No, go ahead. It's fine.
You're making me tight.
I mean, I watched it as well. Brian and I watched it together. You guys were fucking ignoring us.
I was working. It was in Chicago. It's Chicago.
Saturday afternoon.
Saying, where'd you guys watch it online?
It's IWTV.
IWTV. Okay.
All right, so I'm sorry, I forgot. I do remember the group text popping off with your guys' viewing experience. So go ahead, take it away. I want to hear all about this show.
Right. Well, Schlack and Redacted finally met in a classic death match. It was sick. Fucking nobody watched it, right? Besides me and Larry. Sean, you didn't see it?
I didn't get to see it. No.
You got to see it. I don't even want. It's like, are you gonna see it?
Of course, I'm gonna see it.
So we I don't want to ruin it, but there was like
No,
the way
please,
it
go
ended.
ahead.
He had him in the Boston Crab, and then Dr. Redacted's just smashing tubes on his own head, and then he smashes tubes on the referee, and then fucking, it's just awesome shit. It's just awesome shit. And then
Beautiful massacre.
Pagano, there was an issue with Pagano. It was supposed to be Pagano versus Atticus for the main event, and then Pagano was late. He was late to the party, and the whole show was delayed because they were trying to wait for Pagano.
I was seeing that the show kept getting
Chuck Pagano, former coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Pagano, right? Chuck Pagano, Chuck Clown Pagano. He was late, and Matt Tremont stepped up and filled the position, and it was Atticus versus Matt Tremont, which was sick. I thought it was awesome. It was a quality replacement. What did you think, Larry?
I enjoyed that match. It was the first time in his 18 years of being a wrestler that Tremont has ever thrown a super kick.
No way.
Dude, it wasn't that this one, but at the next night he does the fucking Rob Van Tremont.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that, but Hoodfoot won the fucking RPW championship. He beat
all the belts. All the belts changed hands.
All the belts changed hands. Who did he fight? Do you remember, Larry?
It's some guy from out that way that I'm not as familiar with. I think his name was
Jeff King.
No, Jeff King fought.
No, it wasn't Jeff King. It was
in ICW.
I feel like his name's like Chase Bella. I feel like that's his name, but I'm probably wrong. But yeah, in the opener, Hoodfoot won the belt, and Randy West she lost the Rest Championship to Tommy Oliver Vendetta, and what's his name? Schwartzy lost the Kamikaze belt. I forget who that was against though, but Schwartzy lost his belt too. Everybody lost their belts.
Seemed like a dope show.
Yeah, but I wanna just say that when Atticus cut his promo before he fought Tremont, he said that you guys are supposed to see me versus Pagano right now, and it's not RPW's fault that Pagano's not here. It's because Chris let DeMonto book Pagano's travel. So how coincidental that DeMonto would book travel where if the flight was delayed just by a little bit, it would totally fuck RPW up.
Crazy King was supposed to wrestle too. It was Crazy King and Pagano that was supposed to wrestle at RPW. That their travel was fucked up.
Wow, so two headliners weren't able to make the show, basically.
Yes, but
wow,
Atticus was saying this because lo and behold, Pagano was there in time for the ICW show that night. And if Danny's going to pay for someone's flight, he's the type of person that's not going to pay for someone else to make money off of his investment. Oh, no. That investment's going to be there for him. And you guys will figure it out. So I don't know if these guys are working us all, including me doing the audio for the DeMonto Atticus fight. They're doing this very well because I was like, Addy sounds very genuine with what he's saying about this, So
well, I feel if you want me to pull back the curtain a little, I got inside information that Pagano was at a wedding and he was late because he was attending a wedding. So that's what triggered the lateness for Pagano.
Was he attending the wedding as family, or was he?
He was in the wedding. He was in the wedding. He was in the wedding.
Okay.
He was in the wedding.
Okay. And where'd you get that from, Brian? Where'd you get that from?
Brian, once again, just irresponsibly...
Deathmatch roundtable information.
Irresponsibly just repeating information as fact.
Okay, so Addy is working us all in, though. Danny
apparently he was
They're working you. They're working you is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a work, but tell me about these chairs now. I've tried to dance around it for the longest time. So let me get this straight. Let me set the stage. RPW and ICW had a show in the same building. A day and night double header, so to speak.
Yes.
Was
Yes.
it? But so it wasn't at the H2O building, but it
No,
was
this
like
was in
something.
Chicago. This was in Chicago.
Okay, but it was something like that where it's like 2 and 1.
I think it's much more like an Elks Lodge.
It
or
is
like
definitely an Elks
But
Lodge.
they split the building day and night.
Yeah,
They ran
a
maybe
collective,
like
if
like
you
a
will.
Ridgefield Park, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
bro.
Ridgefield
Park.
Park.
Yeah, I mean, they've done this several times before with like ETU, where ETU will do the afternoon, then ICW does the night, then
Okay, I got
ICW
it.
does the next. Yeah,
I got it.
same
So what I'm hearing is that there were chairs, a certain number of
shit.
promotions.
Oh god.
So ICW had their own chairs for their
okay,
own.
Pat. There are the banquet hall chairs, like the ones that don't fold, that have like a little cushion on them that the
wedding
building
chairs.
provides for the fans. And then there are folding chairs that are used in pro wrestling shows. Okay? So Hammer broke his own wallet to make sure that there were a number of folding chairs there for the ICW No Holds Barred show, because they're not going to be hitting each other with banquet hall chairs. And I guess when Schlack at a wrestling show, at a collective, a joint effort, saw these folding chairs, he's like, oh, fuck it, we're using these.
But they weren't
You didn't
his
say the
chairs to
magic
give.
word. You will use those banquet chairs and you will like it.
You know,
As it's funny that this all happens though, because as Schlack's
Banquet
coming to
reminds me of
the
chicken.
chairs, Daniel DeMonto climbs into the ring before the match and takes the chairs out of the ring that are already there. And then on Schlack's way into the ring, he takes chairs from some other, like folding chairs that are some other place, and throws them into the ring. So it's all very confusing.
Danny threw new chairs in?
I don't know. I think Danny took the chairs and left. Danny took the chairs and left because they were Hammer's. They were chairs that were brought from ICW, and they took the chairs that were ICW's chairs.
You know, now that I hear the full story, and you should, all our haters screen record this, okay? Well, no, don't screen record. Share. You know, we need those.
That's right. Share. Get us up.
But I gotta say, here's my take. Chairs ain't cheap. And I think that it's kind of fucking dope and awesome that Danny was like, yo, not only are these motherfuckers not going to use my chairs, but I'm going to walk right out there and they ain't going to do shit. And I'm going to take their chairs, my chairs, from their fucking match, because those are my chairs. And as somebody who takes the low road,
Sean's mind just got blown, I think.
I fucking love that move. Props to Danny. Props to Danny. He's like, yo, I'm going to take these chairs. What the fuck is Schlack going to do about it? These are my chairs, bitch. Fucking went out there and took them.
Cameras rolling.
Yeah, he's like, yo, right there, live in front of the whole world.
Ring is
I rewatched the posted stream of the event, and it's gone. It's like they put the promos and then it cuts right to the intros, so you don't see the setup of the ring.
Well.
So when you were watching, you saw him go in the ring. And
I didn't witness the chair stealing. I didn't.
This is all hearsay.
But I was seeing it happen. I saw it unfold upon Deathmatch Elite, and everyone saying and making funny memes.
Well, that's why I'm trying to. Yeah, everybody's like, oh. Well,
I didn't make any memes. I was a good boy.
He stole the chairs. Like what a dork,
shit.
what a nerd. But it's like, no, if he paid for those chairs,
he reclaimed.
No, those
his
are
chairs.
his chairs. They were for his show.
It's a reclaiming of chairs.
Okay.
But why couldn't he just why couldn't he just like get different chairs?
Because
he's
like,
yo,
my balls.
Hold on.
Huge balls.
Here's my rebuttal. Here's my rebuttal, because I want you to see me right now, Pat. You said chairs ain't cheap. Well, they're not expensive either. And apparently there were like in abundance. There weren't like just only 2 chairs out of the lot. There were in abundance. So for someone that likes to posture about caring so much about the deathmatch community, and I love deathmatch wrestling, why not let some motherfuckers use 2 chairs that are not that expensive, that they probably wouldn't break? Just because they're doing a fucking show, you're in their fucking building.
And to be fair, Schlack and the wrestlers never complained. This is all fans just saying, why did Danny go and take the fucking chairs out of the ring? So it's all fan heat.
Fan bantering.
Like there's $37 chairs.
Schlack never gave any fuck about any chair, and he took the chair and threw another chair in the ring. He didn't give a shit.
Sean, what do you think?
Listen, if you bought a chair and you want your chair, you go get your chair.
Also, Hammer bought him. I'll bet you what happened. I'll bet you what happened is Hammer was like, yo, they just took my chairs and set them up for some shit in the ring. And Danny was probably like, go get them. And he's like, what, you want me to just go up there? And Danny was like, yeah, like this.
Oh yeah, balls
And
of
probably
steel.
walked right there with Hammer looking at him and was like, you just fucking went in there and took the chair.
That sounds like a
And he's
pillar
like, yeah.
of the community to me. Standing up for the little guy, you know?
I mean, but the thing is too, is like, all right,
Stood up for his
if the
friend.
chairs were purchased, right, that means that they have already set minded use for them. Now, if those chairs are gone, there goes the ideas. So you have to go get your chairs.
There was other chairs though.
There was
Banquet
other chairs.
No,
not
no,
folding
they were
chairs.
folding chairs. I saw
Yeah,
Schlack
you're
take a
acting
chair
like
that
there
is
was
folding.
only 2 chairs in the
Threw 'em in.
entire building.
I would have
Like,
been
we only
fine
got
with a
these-
beach chair.
Whatever the
He
case
took
may
the
be.
two
it-
best
it's
chairs.
apparently
the
they're
finest chairs,
principles.
the
They're
king's
of all.
chairs.
It's about principles, and they paid for those specific chairs, and those are the
Right.
specific chairs that they wanted to use.
That's right.
Guys,
So
I don't
that-
want to talk about this anymore. This chair
Well,
shit.
honestly,
Yeah.
Larry, that's really the bulk of our show is talking about these chairs. I don't really have much else.
There's a lot more things that happen.
I'm actually with Sean. Nobody saw this. Who saw this? All I'm doing is hearing people say, "Yo, what did this actually happen?"
It definitely happened
Allegedly.
because I saw Hammer was talking about. They were talking about it. They were talking about it.
Okay, well, if
Now,
Hammer's
Brian, I have a
talking
There was
about
there
it-
was
for
talk.
you.
There was talk amongst the round table.
Brian, I have a
Talk.
question. So now what Larry just said, he agrees with me what I said of this being just hearsay, right? Now, do you feel, at being the administrator of Deathmatch Elite, do you feel that
The
this is
admin.
a negative, a very negative, toxic, as I see the word being bounced around Deathmatch Elite,
No,
very
absolutely
much
not.
toxic
Absolutely not.
way of sharing the group's words and just
Fuck that shit. Danny talks all the shit that he wants all the time, so it's fair game for fans to see something, talk shit. If he's how the fuck is fans supposed to know those are Hammer's chairs? Nobody knows what's going on. They just see Danny DeMonto walking down to the ring and just taking the chairs. So they make assumptions, and then things are funny.
Now, when are these meetings of the round table held within Deathmatch Elite? Because it seems a lot is conspired before it's thrown out.
24/7.
Is there a
24/7.
possibility that you guys, as Larry was just doing, stirring it up? Do you guys stir it together? Do you guys have ladles of your own where you take a turn just spinning? It's like you, Servino, Andy.
Yeah,
spinning
yeah,
around?
the cauldron.
Let me find out what's going on.
I'm gonna say there's friends of Daniel DeMonto in that round table. So
Also,
all
by the
there.
way, I mean, I'm
all there.
dying. I'm dying for
man.
Schlack to get on this show because I saw that
we're all there.
once again, as
They're all there.
as
It's like working
consistent
out.
as consistent with what we do on the show, we predicted the future. I predicted the future. You know, we saw Schlack not too many weeks ago in a van with windows, a windowless van, if
Yeah,
you
truck,
will.
right?
And I said,
That's
and he
right,
had the
wheel.
target. He was saying he was shopping at Target. And I pontificated and predicted that Schlack would sell out. And I see that he's now going to be on a podcast with Kings Road.
Oh
I
So
saw that
obviously
too.
Schlack has sold out. My prediction was correct.
no!
Again,
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
time, two times.
Oh, a
Schlack
second time.
prediction.
Oh, a second time a guest.
But I don't understand. Sold out to what?
The man,
he's
Larry, the
joined-
man, the mainstream of the counterculture, counterculture mainstream.
Did you see? Do you know the term that I coined?
Yep, I see it right there in the chat.
What does this mean, Brian? I don't want to say anymore. You explain this to me, please.
Okay, so the term is servinoed. So if something is servinoed, it's taken down. It's something that's taken away without anybody else's knowledge or consent.
Isn't that like veto? Like when you veto something?
No,
before-
veto is a group effort. A servino is when you go into business for yourself and you take it down.
Okay, so that's basically what it is.
A servito.
For yourself.
A servito, right? A servito.
What do you guys think about this? GCW has done it again, delivering a multitude of high-quality deathmatch wrestling matches during their recent stop in Japan. While there were many solid matches, the main event of Rina Yamashita versus Master Slamovich completely stole the show. These two proved that they are some of the toughest and best all-around deathmatch wrestlers in the world. The match consisted of a non-stop, brutal ultra-violence that captivated the crowd and received critical acclaim from fans. Yamashita was able to triumph and score the pinfall to retain the ultra-violent title. Congrats to both GCW and... Oh, it's a typo. Congrats to both and to GCW on a successful international tour.
Who wrote that?
I don't know, somebody.
That was a good review. I mean, I love Rina Yamashita. I think she's
done it
awesome.
again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yamashita.
Rina Yamashita.
So what else is going on? Did you guys watch any GCW in Japan?
No.
You know it's on.
Jun Kasai fought Joey Janela, and I heard it was really good, but I haven't
supposedly
seen it.
Joey came out with a mask that Travis Scott
I saw the mask.
is using in a new horror movie. So I wonder if that's going to kind of get him some heat using a mask, getting popularity on it before the actual movie.
How'd he obtain the mask? He made it himself?
The guy who made the mask, I guess, gave him the mask. So the mask was made by a horror guy in Japan. You know, cross paths. Let me wear that mask, yo.
Dope.
And he wore the mask.
That seems like fair game if you ask me.
That sounds
I
great.
don't think Joey's gonna get any heat at all.
But does that kind of like ruin the movie magic? You understand what I'm saying? Like if think of it like this. Like if I go and I wear this Friday the 13th mask and there's no Friday the 13th yet. And somebody
it makes it cool. It makes it cool. I think that makes it cooler.
But
he used a Danzig mask, says John Richter, winner of last week's giveaway.
Well, is that the mask that this guy's using in the horror movie? And if so, then that's it.
So maybe Travis Scott stole it from Glenny Boy.
Yeah, maybe.
It's lit. Yeah.
I don't think it
calls
holds
himself
the same...
Cactus Jack. Doesn't Travis Scott call himself Cactus Jack or have a song like Cactus Jack?
Wow, he steals everybody's shit.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Where the hell's Hillbilly?
He'll come through.
Oh, jeez,
you ruined the surprise.
He'll bum through.
God damn it, Sean.
So, Larry, you just started a new podcast, a new venture out on the airwaves.
Yeah, all holes filled.
Well, I was going to call it AHF because we are 2 weeks away from reapplying for monetization. So, you know.
Well, obviously you didn't take a listen. You would have known about the holes that were being filled.
Well, I'm calling it AHF.
Okay.
It sounds like American horror is funny.
Yeah.
Larry already said it.
AHF.
So how did that go?
Martini with Cat Martini and Larry. All we do is we've noticed that a lot of the times on the Rob Black podcast, the conversation gets very like adult and sexual. So we were like, Rob doesn't like that part of his thing. So we're going to just have our own little sex talk about different things that we've experienced in our past and maybe our present, and educate people about different things that maybe they're curious about. Like in particular, anal sex is a very kind of like humorous thing. It's a very like funny thing that people like laugh and mock and sort of don't understand, and kind of like, but like we're kind of like, don't yuck my yum, don't yuck my yum. You like fucking titty fucking broads, and I might think that that's the dumbest shit ever.
I personally think it's just cool to like get like people you don't usually get to talk to's views on things that aren't wrestling.
You would, Brian.
I'm just saying.
Well,
it's interesting. It's just interesting because it's people. It's like it's stuff that people don't always talk about.
No, it's true. It's like basically, Larry, you're doing a Love Line anal sex educational.
Well,
it's not just anal sex.
It's not just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the thing that I think anal really.
That was the first episode.
It really sparked it because a lot of the talk on the Rob Black podcast turns into fucking like Christine Mists, and like, oh, you got to be there, So Kat and I were like, so we started and we talked about not just that, but voyeurism and how Kat and I are both into like hearing and watching and, just like we're into porn. We're very much into that,
So everybody
and
check
we
out
just
that
talk
show.
about it.
That sounds like a great show. I saw your first.
Well, we don't even have a schedule. We just tried to do it one time. Kat is all gung ho, and I'm all in, if you will,
Nice.
on this. But
Love
we just got to figure out our schedules. So far, so good. We had a good talk. Rob
Nice.
Black
A
hated
maiden
it.
voyage.
Yeah. Rob Black hated it because he doesn't like hearing about his wife's past, and we were both talking about different victims.
Rob Black
It's very
seems
funny. It's funny
like a
shit.
reasonable guy,
Poor Negro.
Well,
Friend
he
of the
doesn't want
show.
to hear it.
My
he
wrestling father.
He doesn't care that she's talking about it. He just doesn't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah.
Nice.
Right?
Well, that sounds like a great endeavor. What else is going on in the world? Sean, you got a bunch of outlaw shows coming up. See you out here.
This Saturday, the timeless one, the real timeless one. I don't know if you guys have seen. There's another timeless one being thrown around there, but there's an original timeless one. His name is Crowbar, and he'll be challenging the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion EC3 this Saturday in Carlstadt, New Jersey, with Outlaw Pro Wrestling.
Did you ever notice that Crowbar kind of looks like a crow?
Like a crow?
Yeah. It's got a big beak.
But yeah, man, I got that coming up. So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. He had like a Twitter stroke when Tony Storm became timeless.
Yeah. I mean, but like, think about it. Like, they've used him before. He's wrestled Janela, and then they brought him back for Dark, I think, like 2 times after that. And he's wrestled there with that gimmick, the timeless one. So it's like for you to acknowledge somebody as the timeless one, but then use the same moniker and the same, just gimmick all around.
Well, and it's interesting that he was
else.
doing the black and white little vignettes on his Twitter, and then all of a sudden, I think it's just coincidence, happenstance.
Coincidence?
Yeah.
You don't think somebody was watching and was like, wow, that's dope. Let's give it to somebody who was like much younger, much more vibrant.
No, I think that's such a sinister thought to have. I just think that like good ideas just are shared amongst people, and like maybe they were influenced, but maybe not in a malicious way. Maybe it just was like a thing that happened, and maybe somebody noticed. But I don't even think that. I honestly think that nobody's thinking about him. Honestly, like that Tony Storm ain't thinking about him. She just came up with the whole shit. She's probably watching some fucking old movie and came up with the idea. I mean, I know how he feels.
Are surprised that he needs a passcode. He didn't say that the last time.
It's New England clam chowder.
Don't listen to him. No, there's no passcode. All right, take 5. We'll be right back, everybody.
Boom, boom, bum, 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 bum. Don't leave, please.
Who said that?
What's up?
Hey, we're back, everybody. When I said take 5, I meant 5 seconds.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out that damn daggum Zoom thing. Always have issues with it, daggum.
We figured it out. We're here.
Where are you right now?
I'm
What are
here
you
now.
doing right now? Tell us everything.
Well, I just left my bar, and then now I'm fixing to go fishing at the golf course we'll legally fish at, me and Dahmer. But we gotta wait till everybody close. So right now, daggum, I'm talking to y'all while we do that.
What kind of fish you fishing there? Like koi fish?
Carp and catfish.
Oh, catfish.
Yeah, it's some fun shit. We use bread because daggum, we figured that's what all the rich people at the golf course feed the ducks. And then the fish eat what the ducks don't get. And goddamn, are we right?
So how do you get into this golf course? Are you like hopping fences to get in?
Hell no, my fat ass ain't hopping no fence. we just flew up after they closed. And then we know we have the time window from like 9 p.m. till midnight where we don't got to worry about the cops showing up on patrol. So, yeah, that's when we do our carp and catfishing,
Awesome, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, just trying to daggum mentally prepare myself.
Do you eat it too? Do you eat it?
I got come up. What?
Do you eat the fish?
Hell no, I don't eat the fish. I don't really like the taste of fish. I just like catching them and then being like, oh, hell yeah, and then throwing them back.
Oh, I'm happy that you put them back in their habitat.
Yeah.
You don't need fish.
But,
the
yeah,
habitat of the golf course pond.
Yeah, the golf course pond. Yeah. Them fish probably never been caught before. They're probably so confused.
It's probably a thrill. It's probably fun for them.
They've been caught at least once. They got put there.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Wow, Brian, that was a very deep thought.
You got to think.
But yeah, I called wanting Daggum put over this weekend, Daggum coming up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Gonna be a busy one, Daggum. We got half the XPW rosters doing double duty. Friday night, I know Daggum me, MAGA, me and Necro, we're all Daggum starting at XPW Theater Brutality in Gary, Indiana. And then after doing that Friday, we're heading straight down to Carnage Cup to do 2 days of that.
Hell yeah.
So it's going to be a 3 daggum day weekend.
The Carnage Cup is a tournament, right?
Yeah, the first day is a tournament, and the second day is Kings of Carnage, which is going to be like crazy exhibition matches coming from storylines in the tournament.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of UWF dudes are at the Carnage Cup.
Yeah, man. We got a little bit of everybody. Actually, I got the UWF guys in my first round match. It's going to be me, Mike Fatality, and Mikey Anarchy. I probably got the Mikeys wrong mixed up, but it's going to be us 3 in a spiral death match. So based off the Saw movies. But yeah, man, it's going to be from what I hear they're having, like Carnage Cup is going to be something y'all don't want to miss. Like
it'll be streaming on streamxpw.com, right?
Yep. Going to be on StreamXPW. $24.99 is the price of it, and it gets you both days. You just tune in whenever it starts. And but yeah, man, like it's going to be the craziest thing that y'all have ever witnessed. It's if you've never seen Carnage Cup before, it doesn't have like the glitz and glamour of like the huge name pay-per-views, like California and stuff like that. But it's just raw brutality.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a human demolition derby,
So do you have any ideas of weapons that you're going to be using if this is Saw inspired?
I know it's going to be. I know in my match, it's going to be no rope razor wire, and I believe it's going to be flaming. So we just skip the barbed wire.
Christ!
What?
I've only done razor wire one more time, and I said, "Fuck that! I'll never do it again."
You're lying.
But it's Carnage Cup,
So where's your mind at right now, heading into a match where flames are going to be surrounding you as you go to war with these other guys?
Well, I handle it like I handle everything, I just don't think too much about it, dadgummit.
Well, you felt heat before. You've had explosions. You've got
B word, hell yeah. So I'm just gonna go in there, be my happy hillbilly self, and kick some ass,
That's it, man.
Hell yeah! Let's say you make it to the second day. What's a shower like after day 1 going into day 2? That's gotta be like the shower afterwards has got to be worse than the actual freaking match, man. The old dangling match.
Shower. It's Carnage Cup. We're gonna get sprayed down with a water hose afterwards.
Oh no,
that's your shower.
But it's awful. It's awful, But it's just all part of it. Like I always tell people when they're doing their first death match, like you don't know it's for you until you take that first shower. When there ain't no adrenaline, when ain't nobody cheering your name, that's the real pain right there.
Yeah.
Just you just in a bathroom,
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah,
it's probably
fuck
pure
that
hell.
Oh yeah,
it's worth it though, Hillbilly.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. Heck, that's
Brian,
why
you've been Brian, you're pretty good at You've been sweeping. Have you considered going down there and hosing off the wrestlers?
If I was there, I would offer my assistance to hose the boy.
You would hose them down?
Yeah, that's my friend. Hillbilly is my friend.
Hell yeah.
I would help you, Hillbilly. I'd wipe you down.
Hell yeah.
Wipe me
I'm a
down.
helper, bro.
Yeah,
Wipe me down.
I'm
Are y'all
Wipe me down.
Carnage Cup?
Nah, man, I'm gonna watch it though. I'll watch it.
I'm gonna be down there. Shit.
Oh yeah, I know Larry's gonna be
Fuck
there
yeah.
hanging out with us.
Do you know who you're wrestling at the Theater of Brutality?
Yeah, I do. It's gonna be a fatal 4-way match. Me, Big Bull Bronson. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of him, but this dude's a big motherfucker. He's fucking huge. I got to work him about a month ago up in Tennessee. It's gonna be me, Bull Bronson, Peter B. Beautiful. Everybody knows Peter B.
We know
And
Peter
a
B.
hardcore.
Nice.
Yep, and hardcore. So it's gonna be hardcore's little ass, and there with us three big motherfuckers.
Oh
But
shit!
it's gonna
God
be
bless
fun
him.
though.
Yeah, throw his ass
Yeah.
around, man.
Hopefully the deathmatch gods be on his side in there.
Oh yeah, he gonna need it. He's gonna need it.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, daggum second day, like I said, it's gonna be that spiral death match over at Carnage Cup. You know, like it's gonna be nuts. So they got Sick Boy in that thing. I'm excited to meet him. So it's gonna be crazy, man. And I also make sure you check out the XBW Theater too. We're having live bands playing with the wrestlers. So that's like a cool mix. So if you're in the Indiana area, make sure you come check it out. But I gotta let you guys go though. My phone's about
Thank
dead.
you for stopping by.
Do your
Hillbilly.
thing, bro. Do your thing.
Hell yeah!
It's always
hell
a pleasure.
Yeah.
Always a
Thank
pleasure.
you guys.
Thank you,
Y'all have a good
Hillbilly.
evening. Hell yeah.
Safe
Yeah,
travels, my
Hillbilly.
friend.
See you this weekend, brother.
Bye, Hillbilly. Oh, whoops. Oh, there we go.
Quick little spot.
What a guy, huh?
Wow, I love
Came
him.
in, he peppered us, and then he left.
Daggone sweetheart.
Daggum.
Yeah, so sweet his phone's about to die.
You know, it's funny because he's, you think with technology, he's such a simple man. He he was like, there's a password. It's like, how does he even know that there might be? Where'd he come up with that one? That's crazy. I love that guy. That guy's just a nice seeming guy.
Yeah, he's a gentle soul, that guy. Gentle soul.
Razor wire, that sounds horrible.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire back.
Well, you know the problem with that though is like you hear that and you think like every single inch of the rope is going to be razor wire, that there will be no ropes, it'll just be razor wire, but it might actually be
It's
like spools of razor wire like in between the ropes that are very easy for you to get and fuck somebody up with. But like, let's see.
Is that called it's called, that has a name, isn't that like a Caribbean
a Caribbean pits? A Caribbean pits.
Like when there's still rope and it's just wrapped in the wire, it's called something. It's obviously not no rope because he specifically said no rope razor wire. So
okay, well, we'll just have to see. It is intense, but I mean, it's the Carnage Cup.
We'll just have to wait and see. Larry, do you have any Carnage Cup memories or experiences in your career?
It's my first one.
This first one.
You're announcing this shindig?
It was kind of a disappointment to not do the Junkyard and to not do the Tournament of Death. And Pat, it was a disappointment to not do Carnage Cup last year. And you don't remember why I pulled off the show last year, even though I was already announced. It was because of a very in poor taste tweet that came out from the promoter of IWA Deep South. And at the time, everyone kind of turned on Kevin and was like, you're scum. Why would anyone work for you? And at the time, I was the ICW No Holds Barred MC, so who was leaning on me real hard, like, you want to go work for this guy now? After he would tweet something out like this is the guy you want to go work for?
Right.
I guess you're off the show, huh? So I backed off of the Carnage Cup last year. So it's kind of a redemption story that I'm going to do it this year amongst now my new group or locker room that I'm most associated with, mostly XPW guys. So yeah, it's my first time. I may actually debut a new version of me.
Oh,
is it a surprise?
A new version, a new mutation.
Jungle Larry.
Well, I mean, we've got Caribbean, we've got
Right.
Canasuit, we've got Classic, we've got LGBTQ, we got all of these versions of me. Maybe we need to get back to my Southern roots.
You're gonna dress like Colonel Sanders.
Maybe I will.
Wow, smart.
Maybe I will.
With the thing?
And the whole thing, the walking stick.
little monocle. You need the monocle.
All of it. The whole
Brian, you're thinking the Monopoly Man. Oh no, KFC guy.
Colonel
has it.
Same guy.
Same guy.
That sounds fun. It's gonna be fun. I mean, it's gonna be exhausting. Like but yeah, Pat, I'm doing the Carnage Cup. I'm doing the Carnage Cup, and I hear Rob Black and Cat Martini might actually come down to Memphis, Tennessee.
Wow.
Like, I think they might come down to Memphis, Tennessee.
Little trip.
Yeah,
Oh, you're gonna be in Memphis?
Well, I mean, this is their deal. You know, this is kind of like an offshoot of XPW.
Well, they're streaming. They're promoting it hard too. Rob Black's pushing it on his shit.
So, being that you're going to be in Memphis, are you going to stop by and get the best ribs in Memphis at Lawler's?
I would go to Lawler's for the fried chicken, not for no goddamn ribs. Oh God, yeah.
I heard the ribs.
I'm sure they are, but I'm not a ribs motherfucker. I'm a fried chicken bitch, and I know Lawler loves fried chicken too. So I know that fried chicken is going to be some fucking banging shit, and I would like to go there.
Fried chicken bitch.
Hell yeah, I'm a fried chicken bitch.
Did you see that Jerry Lawler he's still dyeing his hair, but he let his beard go white? So somebody,
like Tim Allen.
He says that he looks like a direct cross between the Colonel and the Burger King.
The Colonel and the Burger King.
It looks exactly. Hey, by the way, speaking of billionaire fried chicken companies and billionaire mysterious backers.
Oh God!
Did you see that Matt Stryker, hailing from Bayside, Queens, New York,
former history teacher
of Cardozo High School, has been contracted and booked and put on a flyer to be the voice for at least one night only of Circle 6.
King of the death matches.
King of the death match. Yeah. Yep. That's what $1 billion will get you.
What reality show was he on that he lost?
Oh my God! Hold on.
Was it The Bachelor?
No,
it was something like it. It was like fuck.
It was about like the woman 100% wanted to get pregnant. Like it just wasn't about dating or getting married. It's like I'm looking for somebody to inseminate me with their seed. And I'm looking for the perfect guy. It was called it was like Baby's Daddy or like Mama Wants a Baby. Lady Wants a Baby or something.
Labor of Love.
Yo, and he was like, Labor of Love. There we go. Yo, and he was
front and center of like the group photo.
Oh man.
Yo, and he was heavily
featured.
Like
the host.
He was a contestant.
He was
looking to impregnate the baby, or the mama, the woman, the lady wants a baby.
Didn't he like take over it after being didn't he like eventually start to host it? I thought
that would be the host. That would be a conflict of interest, Larry. I don't think that's allowed in the.
Was there one season of this, or was this like a? No, there was
just one season, and he was heavily featured in the trailer, but then he got voted off like week 2. I was very disappointed. I thought he was gonna make it all the way to the end, make that woman pregnant. Dude, so what I wanted to do,
it was literally.
Now he's just single commentating King of the Death matches.
Now, yeah,
it was literally to give somebody a child, like to have a child with someone.
Yeah, she wanted. It's like, hey, everybody, chop this wood. Chop this wood, because the guy who chops this wood the worst is definitely not the one who's going to make me fucking pregnant.
Chopped. You're chopped.
You're chopped. And each the guys, when they got voted off, they had to get a vasectomy and promise to never, ever impregnate anybody ever. Snip, snap.
Fair.
Yeah, it was a whole thing,
wow.
Larry. Matt Stryker was the first victim. And now he's going to be commentating on Circle 6. Is it going to be alongside 88-year-old Kevin Gill?
I don't see why. And Casanova Valentine is the newest commentator of Circle 6. You didn't know that?
I'm sure he is.
I'm pretty sure it's probably to replace Cass.
Oh, so you think it's just going to be a 2-man team still? Just Kevin?
I think it'll be KG, and I think it'll be Matt Stryker.
They have KG doing double duty like they have Larry at XPW. He's doing the ring announcing, then going back to the table.
Larry, is it official? Have you officially taken the job away from a poor schlub who was just clinging on to his commentator role? And have you taken that job away from that man officially?
No,
kid.
I'm about to start doing backstage interviews.
Oh, a little mean genie.
I like the other guy from LA is Sage Sin's. Related to Sage Sin? Or
That's her husband.
It's her husband. Her husband, right? I like him.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
He's good.
No, Pat. I said, Rob, you may use my hole. Is what I told Rob. You may use my hole, and that means little segments before the show when Cat Martini's arriving, commentating, announcing.
I get Mean Gene like interviews.
Yeah, I can do it all. I can do it all. Listen, if you go by legend and you used to work for Ring of Honor, you better do it all.
Or got back
Has Rob Black offered, or has there been any talk of a polo shirt?
Yeah, they've already been done.
Oh.
They not only have they, I wish I had it right by me. Not only have they already been done, but I made sure to get an 8x10 of myself and Ron Nemi, because Ron is instrumental in me being at XPW, wearing his XPW polo.
Nice.
Pat, have you ever been issued a polo ever?
Maybe when I attended St. Francis Preparatory High School and it was a uniform and they gave me a polo to wear. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's prep school. This is your uniform
maybe
for prep school.
in prep high school like 25 bajillion years
Yeah.
ago.
When I worked for Regal Cinema, I got a polo.
Looks like a shirt Drake.
I feel like, man, does that mean
mine
that I've had shitty
Under
jobs?
Armour. Mine are Under Armour because Sinclair's based in Baltimore.
I mean, that's a Ballin employee shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want people to be like, we've got money.
Yeah, at Verizon we had like Land's End. Not Under Armour.
That's comfy, Land's End.
Yeah, I mean, it was a quality. Yeah, I guess I did get a polo shirt from Verizon as well. A few polo. They were a little mesh.
The polo shirt means you're official. No Holds Barred don't got no polos.
Not yet.
They'll never have polos.
The only polo I ever had was Guitar Center.
Too busy taking the chairs back.
Guitar Center polo.
Yeah. Got to sell a certain amount of shit.
Oh, yeah, the worst. Hey, shout out retail. Shout out retail. Retail slaves. We appreciate it.
It's the worst shit of my whole life. Fuck Guitar Center and Sam Ash. Trash. Hated working those jobs.
Any celebrities ever come into Sam Ash while you were there?
Nope. Well, that's not true. At Sam Ash, I worked with the Guida player of Aventura.
Wow.
And he was like famous as he's.
The Guido who?
Well, the Guida play. The play. You know the
Guido. The Guido. Yeah.
It's great. It's called the Guida.
The Guido.
Guida.
Yo, you guys want to make polos? Should we make Blvd Bullies polos?
So why not? If we do, it should just be for one of us to have.
Well, I was thinking we would make polo shirts with like a little monogram.
Class.
But then we would have like on the back, maybe like certified no ring.
We'll have our little names under the moniker.
Or we could do Blvd Bullies logo, and then like Larry's, it'll say legend.
The legend, yeah.
It'll say
Letterman's, like Letterman style.
Yeah.
Gins, it'll say Gins.
Bad take.
Bad take. Gotta say bad take. Fuck the world.
Pat's will
D.
say
Juberg.
D.
Pat. What's Pat the Ginger Man?
Pat's what should say Pat.
I can have
Pat.
DMD.
Just Pat. Larry Dub Pat.
The man, the man, the greatest the greatest referee of all time, Pat.
Yeah, dude.
I have to repost. I'm so upset. All my posts, every single one of my posts from Deathmatch Elite was erased because of my goddamn stupidity.
Polos are for proud boys.
I'm so upset about my hacking.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Maybe you're
right. See, that's why you got to get the mesh one.
Dude.
No, that's fucked up because it's not it's all about the colors. It's just the colors on the polo. If you don't get the colors, then you're not proud.
That's
boys.
what I'm saying. If you had a black polo that was like cloth, it's a little proud boyish. But if you had like a mesh one, like a nice one, like Larry, like an athletic fabric,
like a sporty.
So did y'all see the only like footage I saw of Drake was from Trippin' Balls. I guess Trippin' Balls was like covering like every second of the Circle 6 show, and Drake was looking a lot different.
He's scary.
I watched the entire thing. He definitely dropped weight.
No, he ascended. That's a human. That's a human replacement. It's a 3D printed replacement. He left Earth. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Hold on.
Look who it is! Look who it is!
You don't want to see your tits.
I just got in. I just got in from the hair salon. Sorry, I'm going a little bit late.
Shit.
I told you he's selling out, dude.
Very Uma Thurman. Very Uma Thurman, dude.
It's
That
not.
was the
It's
wig
not,
Sean was supposed to wear.
it's not quite. It's not quite where I wanted, but it'll get there. You know, it's gonna grow in a little bit.
It's so cute.
I liked it.
Wow, this
I
is
liked
great.
it.
Not only do we get 10 minutes with Schlack, but he comes in with a bit now. He's got a bit when he comes in.
Guys, I just want to say thank you for having me here on the Blvd Bullies for the final 420 show.
Yes.
Final
It's actually
show.
the
Yeah,
straight
Schlack's here.
edge
Ripping
420
bongs,
episode. because
Ripping
it's
bongs
edge
because
day.
Schlack's here.
Right. I just, so, dude, what you guys been talking about? I was at the gym. I just got back from the salon, so I really haven't caught up yet. But
Schlack, is there
how about,
has
how about
anyone?
this here?
Yeah, has anyone seen this? Have you got a confirmation that this actually happened?
We're talking about the chairs
Oh, yeah.
again?
Yeah, apparently on the stream, you can see it actually on the stream.
I checked.
I
It's not there
wasn't
anymore. They
even
removed it. They strategically removed the chair removal. That's been
Oh,
taken
did you
off.
go on it?
They removed the
live.
removal.
I'm thinking that live it was there, but since it's been reposted, they put the promos and then it cuts straight to the intros. So there's
Okay, well,
you don't see any removal of chair.
I mean, if you look in the beginning, I brought the chairs to the ring, and then we did the spots, and then we powdered out, and we're rolling around, and we get back in the ring, and the chairs are not there. So what's that tell you?
Well, what you did, let's be honest, you didn't bring the chairs to your ring. You stole chairs that were somebody else's property.
Pat. Tomato, brother.
Schlack, this might...
Brother, it's all semantics, brother. It's all semantics.
This might shock you,
yeah.
and I'm not. I want to say this to you, man to man, because I sided with Danny. I said that he had testicles the size of grapefruits. I said he reached a level of pettiness that I would only hope to achieve. And he said, "Those are my chairs." And watch this, everybody. He probably had all the Servinos around him going, "Watch this, guys. I'm gonna walk out there and grab these chairs, and they're not gonna do shit about it, because I'm the man." And he is
dude,
the man.
I didn't even realize the chairs were gone until someone I noticed the chairs were gone, but I thought, because we were throwing them around, I threw the fucking ladder and the doctor.
Oh, so good.
So I thought the chairs just flew out of the fucking ring. So when we powdered back in, we had to audible a bunch of shit because there was no folding chairs. I should have hit him in the fucking head with one of those unfold. But, we did some other shit in order to make the shit happen. So I just thought the chairs flew out of the ring. I didn't really think.
He waited for you to leave the ring, and you're saying he stole them like a thief in the night when your back was turned.
I mean, that's, how else do you explain it? Did they fly into some black hole and go into some alternate fucking universe?
It's been confirmed from the crowd that it was definitely Danny DeMontos that got in the ring and took him out.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like ICW fucking super faithful dudes actually spilled the beans saying it. So, what more fucking evidence do you need there, Patrick?
You're right. Hey, who got the biggest sponsorship for Carnage Cup? I'm trying to figure out who's gonna win.
Oh man, are we doing a Carnage Cup pool here?
Oh, we just had Hillbilly in. Hillbilly was letting us know what's
He's
happening.
going fishing on a
Hillbilly,
golf
Hillbilly.
course.
That surprised you at all?
Are you excited for the Kings Road podcast?
Oh my God! Don't get me started.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's just say I'm going to have a good time, probably at other people's expense.
I
Schlack,
hope you
can
ask
you
my questions.
share with the group what I texted you the other day?
About what you texted?
The picture that describe the picture I texted you the other day. It has to do with the podcast that you're.
Let me
He's
look.
going to say something wrong. You're going to get him to say something that you sent terrible, Patrick.
Well,
All right,
don't worry.
I
about it.
don't.
Schlack and
I
I
don't
have a text where we just we go back and forth and show we mock people with just hand tattoos, and
Oh
then
my
I went
God.
off script, and I
Is
just
that what
sent
you-
him an
okay.
extremely cropped close up of Servino's face.
Yes, constantly about hand models and stuff of that nature.
So that text that I sent you made you go like, it made a light bulb come on. You're like, I should do that show again.
No. Actually, Bondo hit me up a while ago. Not a while ago, but a little bit ago, and he scheduled a thing. And then, I just didn't really answer. But now I have reasoning and stuff like that. So we're going to...
And you're going to wear the wig as well.
Are you going to wear the wig?
No, bro, that's strictly Blvd Bullies.
Oh, hey, we got the wig.
Yeah, that was for us.
We got the wig.
Hey, I got one. Schlack, what do you think about Pagano and the flight being delayed? Do you know you have any insight on that? Was that legit or?
His face.
Listen, Larry, you're not a dumb man. Okay. You know the answer to this already, Larry. You already know the answer to this. Seems a little weird. It tastes like shit. It smells like shit. It looks like shit. It must be
just a coincidence. Nothing to worry about.
Schlack,
Balls
if Schlack was more on my side last week about the Drake Younger situation, I would not say that Pagano was actually at a wedding.
He was at a wedding. Brian has inside information.
Schlack.
I don't know who's fucking.
I saw the picture. I saw the picture of him standing there
at a wedding.
At a wedding. I don't know if it's an old wedding. Might be old, but this was the information I was given.
Yes, inside info.
Inside intel.
Well, let's just say, listen, I have a little bird flew and told me that a flight time was discussed, and then after the purchase of said airline tickets, an alternate flight time was delivered. And I'll end it at that.
Well, he made something. So whatever.
What do you say to your critics out there who are saying that you are just making this up because you're upset about the chairs?
I am thoroughly, enjoyed myself the amount of where are these two chairs memes.
Quality, top tier stuff.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I don't know. You know what? The one thing that bothers me, that ticks me off, I would think with the amount of stuff I signed post ICW matches, I would have bought myself the use of two chairs. But I guess not.
Brian owns half that
principles.
stuff.
It was principles. It was. They spent hard-earned money on those chairs.
Yeah, it's not your chairs.
Now you Patrick was singing the song before.
There was 30 chairs against the wall. I mean, whatever.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You're gonna play nice, or you're gonna be like,
Schlack.
my toys. Like, what the fuck, dude? Play nice.
I mean, listen, I could see if we were the first match or the second match of the first show, you wouldn't want the chairs getting demolished because you got a whole other show later on. I get it. But I was the second to last fucking match, and there was a wall of 30 chairs.
Now, typically,
I mean, come on, guy.
Typically at a show, do you have to ask? Do you have to be like, yo, can I use these?
No, Pat. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe there were like 2 stacks of chairs. You got to like make sure you're using the right ones or something.
So let's look. Can we pull back the curtain? What's the weapon? What's the weapon rule? There's no like assignment of weapons to specific matches.
Well, yeah, but Schlack doesn't ask for fucking permission to do it. I do what the fuck I want.
That's fair.
All right, well, there you have it.
But it's not like it's a couple chairs though. I'm not using another match's razor board
or bundle. You're not using like a bundle. You're like chairs.
Right, you grab chairs, an abundance of chairs. So if he came and took the chairs, he should have just brought 2 other chairs and replaced them.
I mean, hey, listen, I know. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Whatever.
I could see if they were the red chairs from Game Changer World, the Howl chairs that are still sometimes pop up, then I might be like, no, you're not using the Howl chairs. These are legacy items I'm going to sell at a fire sale. But these were $17 Walmart chairs.
Someone chimed in and said they were $12 in Alabama.
Probably.
Well, there you go.
Those are pretty cheap.
Hey, what'd you think about wrestling Dr. Redacted? We're a big fan of him on this program.
No comment.
So you hated it. You hated it. Okay, we got it.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
It's exactly what it's supposed to be, a fucking demolition derby.
He doesn't stop moving until you hit him hard enough to make him stop like doing shit.
Dude, it was so good. I personally thought it was awesome. When he was beating himself while he was in the fucking Boston Crab is my favorite shit.
The other ref, the ref was supposed to come in sooner than that, but he did not.
Is that why Redacted hit him?
Well, no, that one that ref was down, but the other ref for not coming in like soon enough for him being in that fucking super deep ass Boston.
Dude, you fucking were wrenching.
It was so good, dude. It was fucking beautiful.
You sandbagged me a couple times. I'm gonna fucking hurt you.
Yeah. Yep. Here's your receipt.
What do you want me to tell you? You know what I mean?
When he brought your head, he just like threw your head into the fucking pane of glass. That
was supposed to be a Tower of London. That was supposed to be a Tower of London. But I liked it the way it ended up. I liked him just driving your head from the top rope through it.
It looked out of control, dude.
Like I said, fucking, old Schlack likes the car crashes. You know what I mean? Just back classics.
Yeah.
I'm like a demolition derby fucking, car driver.
I feel like Dr. Redacted is a main candidate for somebody who might have gotten his hand tattooed ahead of the rest of his arm.
He's celebrating today. He's celebrating Straight Edge Boy Day. Straight Edge Boy and Girl Day.
I don't think
he's a purveyor of straight edgeness.
I don't think the doctor has his hands tattooed though, does he?
Oh, okay. Well, then I stand corrected. I
think he's straight edge. He probably has no tattoos.
Well,
straight edge people are. I guess some straight edge people have tattoos.
So what do you do next? You're not doing Carnage Cup, are you?
No, tomorrow or this Saturday or Sunday, I'm flying to Juarez, and I got to wrestle
Mexico.
I have to wrestle Demas.
Nice.
So that should be interesting.
Be careful.
What does Schlack do in Mexico?
Yeah, that's Max.
Cocaine.
I wish I was there with you.
The show of honesty.
I got this high.
Now, does El Schlacko make an appearance when you're in Mexico?
I'd hit him up and ask him, but I never really talked to the guy. He just looks like he would be extremely handsome.
Okay.
Of course, underneath that mask.
I just got a hunch.
It was such a dad joke. Yeah, Schlack, let's go, dude.
All right, it looks like my 10 minutes up here. Unless you would like to Venmo me or PayPal me, I could send you the link right now.
No, I think we're good. I think we're good, Schlack.
We're at 9 minutes 55 seconds. Schlack, it's been phenomenal as always.
We turned into frogs at 9, so we gotta go.
Just checking in.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for blessing us.
What a delight. What a delight.
Adios.
Later.
Wow,
Cut this fucking thing off.
Oh, he's still here. You'll
get it.
He's just hit red. Look for red.
We're all old here now.
Every time I go to shut it off and I can't find the fucking thing. So I gotta shut my phone off.
You gotta tap it first. You gotta tap it
No,
first.
I can't. I'm not going to disconnect. You hang up.
Tap the
you hang
screen
up.
and the controls will come up.
Tap the screen.
Once you tap the screen.
If I hang up on you, you'll be blocked forever and our segments will be over.
Okay, I'll go.
Just figure it out.
Bye.
We're in Schlack overtime.
Bye.
Schlack overtime here, dude.
We're not paying for this.
Schlack.
All right. Just hit.
I think he got it. There we go.
Okay, he's got it. Hey.
Schlack.
Give it up for Schlack.
What a guy.
Wow, what a guy! There you heard the inside scoop.
So first,
shit, dude.
Hold on. Me first. Now I am a smart man. And what I said stands. Danny is not the type to pay for somebody else to make money off of what he paid for, but he is the type of person to be like, I don't know what I thought you thought you had your flight. I thought I thought we discussed, like, and you're like, no, what the fuck? And oh, well, I thought you don't remember, So it just adds up to me that Atticus sounded so genuine about his rage over this shit, regardless of the loser loses their career or leaves town match that's coming up, that I feel there's got to be a shred of truth to that shit.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Like maybe the early flight.
Fuck Brian.
Maybe the early flight was like that much more expensive.
I'm just giving the information that was given to me. I take from the round table. Unspoken. I don't give names. I'm not a rat. I just give information given to me.
You just stir it up.
You're Wormtail. That's who you are. You're Wormtail.
Churn butter once or twice, living in an Amish paradise.
Yeah, you posted. What did you post that thing last week where we were talking about it? You were like, I posted it because it was information and I wanted to share and find out people's
See, and Larry, this is something that I don't really think came across last show. We were talking about the information that Brian haphazardly and irresponsibly just shared. It just passed through him. Like it just passed right through.
It was given to me.
It was given to him, and he just mainlined it. But so we were talking about that.
Hold that microphone farther away from you, Sean.
We were talking about that, and then we were talking about the erotic, offensive meme that he posted, and like the whole last episode, I thought we were talking about them as separate things, but apparently he connected the hard-hitting question to Drake Younger with the porn meme. So it was all one post, which made me that much more horrified, Brian.
Don't be horrified.
Can you read Drake's response in bullet points again? Can you read them?
No,
again?
I've already done it. I'm not doing it again. It's already been done. And that's the one and only time it's happened.
Drake likes us.
I like the
he
show,
likes us.
Brian.
He watches the show.
All right, let's be serious because I actually did get a lot of messages since last week.
But there's more. I'm sorry to bring back deathmatch drama right.
Well, we will in a second, but let me just ask you this question. Do you think, and also what's it going to take to get Drake on this show?
I think a simple message of me asking. Yeah, I sent him a message.
You think it should be you, Brian? Are you sure it should be you?
I think.
What's he going to do? Threaten me?
He might say
he's a man of God. He's a man of God. He loves Jesus.
I think Brian's last name is going to get us the guests.
Especially in these times.
Oh, dude, my God. Both of you.
One text from Brian. And DJ's like replying, sending shit out. I'm like calling my phone calls are not being picked up. He's not responding to my texts. Next thing I know, Brian's like, yeah, so we got DJ on Tuesday. I'm like, what?
Oh my God. So you're saying that Brian is more of a shield, a virtue shield than even you and Sean?
Jews are hip.
Mean.
Brian does his work.
Work. See, appreciate it. Sean appreciates me.
Yo, so what's it going to take to get Drake on the show, Brian? You want to ask him?
I will if you want me to.
Let's get him on next week. Let's have Drake.
We have a guest next week. We have a very special guest next week, and it's Ron Nemi.
Yeah, we got Nemi.
I'm excited for that show.
Hey, is he going to wear his polo? Can you tell him to wear his polo?
He will wear the XPW polo. I assure you. We got to sell these.
Yo, let's all wear polos tomorrow. Next week, let's all wear polos.
Okay, I'm down.
If you all wear polos, I'm wearing a hoodie.
I think I have a button-up polo.
Larry. All right. Well, you did wear a polo today, so okay.
I'm wearing my Ring of Honor polo, brother.
All right, hey, Polo Tuesday next week, our final episode.
Wait, can I bring back the deathmatch drama for a second?
Sure, yes, please do, Brian.
John Wayne Murdoch talked shit about Drake Younger, and then Drake Younger replied to this with an Drake Younger seems to be on just like a replying on like an internet kick because he's just making lengthy replies to these things. And then
what did he say?
Got a lot of time.
He talked shit about John Wayne Murdoch. He says that he says that he has no abs and that he does.
I love when Brian recaps things. And then I said, I'm like, wait, what?
My comment on this is it's going to be the rabbit cuck versus the Jesus freak anti-abortionist.
You wrote
that?
Why?
I wrote it. Why did you feel the need to insert? Why did you feel the need to do that? Yeah, that's
funny, dude. It's funny. People liked it.
Brian just went right for the jugular and commented.
So like Larry's like, what is it gonna take for us to get
He loves
Drake
rabbits.
on? Right? What is it gonna take to get Drake on?
He loves Jesus.
Brian, what did you just tell him yesterday?
I didn't say anything that wasn't facts. He actually,
maybe. I mean, I was gonna try to say like maybe Larry sends the message, but I think just all of us are like poisoned by Brian's touch.
I think that if I send him the message, he will say yes.
He's gonna tell you to go fuck yourself.
If you build it, they will come.
I don't. Every single person that I share Combat Zone Wrestling legacy with is my boy to this day, from Devin Moore to Black G's, everybody. So Drake and I go way back, and if we want him on the show, I'll have him on the show. I haven't said one unkind word. I'm a little concerned because he looks super thin. He looked very skinny in that red polo. And what was he doing? Was he commentating, Sean? Was
he wrestled,
was he commentating?
He
wrestled?
Bro, this is God.
So the first match ended. I forgot who was in the first match.
I don't watch it, dude.
He came out.
I'm surprised. I'm just surprised you didn't see him without the shirt.
He was like working like a producer. Like he had the headset on with the mic and all that.
See, all I saw was what Tripping Balls was tweeting. That's all I saw.
He must have tweeted other shit.
I saw pretty much all of Tanaka versus Justice. That was awesome. But the only Drake shit I saw, he was in a red polo, and he's like, I don't care if it's here or it's on Monday Night Raw. And I'm like, what is going on? I didn't see anything else.
Well, watch it if you can. Watch the match, his match back. He's very electric walking in. So like, you've seen Circle
It's
Six
on YouTube
shows.
Apparently. Billionaire backers.
It's in a garage thing. So like, and you pull the thing back, and then like he makes his entrance. So like. They pull the door back.
It's in a garage thing.
Bro, he's pacing back and forth so hard, like pumping himself up. And like they're holding the door. They're like, all right, go in now. And he's still pacing back and forth. He goes in. He's so just like
fucking
electric.
Goldberg.
Yeah, electric. Pants falling and all that.
Because he's so skinny, can't hold it.
He wrestled in a Louis Vuitton belt. Belt came off. He's working around the ring, lifting his pants up the entire time. Worked his ass off. Don't get me wrong. But it's just a whole nother person in there.
Worked his belt off.
Whole other person in there. The back injury.
Sold his soul to Jesus.
The back injury definitely, I don't want to say it changed the way he works as a wrestler, but he's definitely not the same Drake that we saw in XPW.
He's never going to be on this show.
Mark your words. Mark your words. That'll be our final show.
What I didn't say.
No, I'm not saying like it's anything bad or anything because the motherfucker went out there and did his damn thing. But what I am, I forgot that.
Dale Patrick's.
Dale Patrick's. There you go.
He put over Dale Patrick super hard in his rebuttal to John Wayne Murdoch.
Good match.
And John Wayne Murdoch, what did John Wayne Murdoch have to say? Just like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, actually, he said something really. John Wayne Murdoch said something really
something about his red shirt.
He said something about joining his friend in the sky.
Who's his friend?
He's referring to I'm pretty sure he's referring to Danny Havoc.
No, John Wayne wouldn't say that.
That's not nice.
Maybe he's still talking about Jesus.
I guess that's true.
So listen.
Brian, you see, what if you reported that, Brian? What if you reported that?
Let's get serious for it. Let's get serious for a minute. I'm saying Drake doesn't look. I'm saying Drake doesn't look well. You're telling me John Wayne Murdoch is saying you're about to join your friend in the sky.
That's how it goes.
That's what
drama, baby.
Talking shit.
I don't know. This might be a little closer to home.
Listen, if Necro Butcher is still alive, then anybody can live through anything.
Necro Butcher fighting at both the Theater of Brutality and
double duty.
The Carnage Cup.
Incredible.
Might be triple duty if he fucking fights on the third day too.
Let me tell you something. He's gonna have a lot of money in his bag.
Motherfucker's on a fucking roll. He came back from Japan.
John Wayne Murdoch wouldn't be dumb enough to disparage the memory of Danny Havoc. You're jumping to conclusions. I think that was an anti-religion comment. You know, I don't really like that. I'm not really pro-religion, but I don't like how just because somebody's religious, everybody's got to dig on their religion. You know, make fun of him for his, something else.
Well, him being a freak about his religion makes it about it himself.
I don't think that's him being a freak about it. I think that he has his, his likes and his dislikes, just like everybody else does.
He's just like a Muslim. Muslim that's all like all it out, but you don't
Everybody
see
has
He's
their
a
own
little.
beliefs.
He's a little. I mean, to be fair, I think he's a little outspoken about things that people get offended easily about that are like John Wayne Murdoch, and he offended John Wayne Murdoch enough for John Wayne Murdoch to talk shit about him.
Well, I think that's what makes this the United States of America, where everybody has their own opinion and their own tongue to let those words roll right off. And if you want to be soft, and you let it go through, then you let it be soft. But if you want some leather-like skin and where the bullets bounce off and that bothers you, then it's a whole nother story right there in itself. But until then,
I'm gonna say this, man. Who's the motherfucker that's not going on Twitter and saying shit, but just walking right up to a bitch's face and being like, "Yo, you got a problem?" His name is CM Punk.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Larry.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of CM Punk, real quick, before we jump into anything else, WWE put out that to their employees that the comp list, like the comp ticket list, is now cut short as we near into Survivor Series, which will be in Chicago. There are no comps for this event. Again, I will say that there are no comps for this event. And if you're very well into the tickets and going to shows like I am, you know that comps are the best place to sit because you may see a star there. You may see somebody who's about to debut. Or you may hear something that the fans may not know what's going on. If you know, you know. But again, I will repeat, the comps for this illustrious event, historic event, are gone.
Yeah. What does that mean? What am I supposed to be taking away from this?
The building,
like Mussolini.
The building will have a reason to be sold out. The building will be sold out.
I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it.
Last night on Raw, they proved.
Say it. Right.
Last night on Raw, that they proved that they balls is hanging low and they're not afraid to swing it. Last night, they opened their match card with Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ricochet in a Falls Count Anywhere match in the arena. Now, if you're watching wrestling and you're following wrestling and you see how lively wrestling is on X, Instagram, Facebook, you know that everybody's talking about the low attendance, even though Adam Copeland is now a part of AEW. So what did WWE do? They showed that they can utilize their entire arena. They're not afraid to use any of the camera angles. They could work around the entire building, and guess what?
Big budget.
Everybody's there. Ricochet climbed to the top of a tunnel, right? And the shooting star splash. I'm not talking about like over the barricade. They went up steps. Right?
They don't need CM Punk.
What do you mean they don't need CM Punk?
They don't need CM Punk to fill the seats because the seats are already filled.
That's not the point, Brian.
Why would they hire the toxic motherfucker that gets fired? They already fired him once. He gets fired from the other place. Let's bring him back.
CM Punk's never coming on this show.
They don't need the motherfucker.
Did you ever watch any of Stone Cold's podcast things on the WWE Network when that was a thing?
Of course.
Did you watch with Vince McMahon? And when Stone Cold says, "I'd like to talk about CM Punk," and Vince starts with, "Let me first say this. I'd like to apologize. Sometimes in these companies, higher ups and the people working for us, we get into debates and confusion. And I'd like to apologize for that. The door is open for the man to come back. If he wants to come back, that's up to him. Right now, what he's doing is commentating for an MMA company. His partner, this past Saturday, said, we have events coming up, but Punk may not be here in November. Punk looks to him and starts laughing and smirks. A few hours later, WWE puts out a statement to their employees that there are no comps available for the event coming up in Chicago, Survivor Series.
It's more than just apologies. They've sued. They were in a large lawsuit with each other.
Doesn't matter. You know what? They were with Hogan, and what happened? He came back.
They were with the Warrior.
He main evented WrestleMania with Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 19.
Only time will tell.
Warrior.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But I am very much intrigued, and I'm also very concerned.
Why not make it seem like he's gonna be there to make more eyes watch the show?
Because right now we're in a different age of sports entertainment. Right now, the company is owned
TKO.
By TKO. TKO just gave Paul Levesque, Triple H, full creative control of the entire company, which is, if you watch what's happening, you see it's very much different than what was happening 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We just had season premieres. What does that mean? Season premiere makes you want to watch. This past Friday, this Monday, makes you want to watch as a fan, makes you more invested. So, with that being said, there's a lot moving forward into this year. I'm very excited for, as you can tell. November's around the corner, and I'll be looking for some comp seats, even if they're not available.
Hey, way to go. That was the 45 seconds of mainstream. Oh, my God, I'm turning into a frog. Yo, Brian, show the giveaways one more time, please.
It's 9. Oh, it's 2
9:01.
after 9.
All 3 Legends of Death prints shipped to you. All you have to do is comment on this video below. And you know what? While you're on your way down there, why not hit the thumbs up and do all the things that people do? Appreciate you so much. Brian, who's our guest next week?
Mr. Ron Mimi, Larry's partner in crime.
The hardcore giant
The
Ron
hardcore
Mimi.
giant.
And we're all
what
going to
I'm
wear polos.
But more also, real quick,
I'll
what
wear
I'm reading
polo
online is probably the best commentary team out right now. So I seen
Hands
it on a
fucking
post.
down.
I don't want to keep talking about it. We'll let their work continue to speak for them.
What else? Oh, yo, another very important thing that I didn't speak about until the very end is that we are now just, hold on, let me do the math. 31, 17, 4, carry the 1, 14, 15 days away from applying for monetization on YouTube. Okay, so here's what you got to do.
Those hearts, baby.
Here's what you got to do. Yo, like, even if it's on your phone or on the computer or whatever, we need to get these watch hours up. We need to have so many watch hours by the time we reapply that they're not even going to think about Brian and his horrible behavior. They're not even going to think about all the horrible things we've done while we've been demonetized. If we get those watch numbers up. So if you want to just, like, let the Blvd Bullies playlists play, if you want to just let some fucking shit happen on your phone or on your computer, let us lull you to sleep. We need to get those watch hours up so we can go from, what is it called? Unexcitable to undeniable. So if you could do that for us, we'd very much love it. Also, blvdbullies.bigcartel.com. Halloween shirts are cheaper than they've ever been. $25 a piece. Free shipping on orders
You're
over
a master. You're a master.
I gotta get in. I gotta get this in, man.
I'm a master.
I gotta get it all in, Larry.
God.
That's all. I got.
That's it.
That's all. That's all. Final thoughts. Thoughts from the lads. Sean, you want to kick us off?
If you guys are in town, New Jersey, New York area, I'll be in Carlstadt, New Jersey this Saturday with Outlaw Wrestling. The Timeless One Crowbar challenges EC3 for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Come on down, come have a beer, come hang, let's chill, let's do it.
Yes, fuck yes.
Brian?
This weekend, keep your eyes on streamxpw.com for the Carnage Cup and Theater of Brutality for our good friends Necro Butcher and Hillbilly fighting.
Larry?
I'll be there at the Carnage Cup 13, busting my Carnage Cup cherry. Also, the Body, XPW's The Body, will be involved in the Carnage Cup as well. So don't you dare sleep on that. I don't know if I'll have any service to like get media out, but you guys already know what I'm known for. So if I can get close enough to be giving you glimpses on my story or X or Facebook, I will, because apparently this is supposed to shut shit down. And I'm so decorated now as a deathmatch figure more just by getting into this. I want to do the King of the Deathmatch and I want to do the Insane 8. Couple more on my list, but this is going to be a notch in my belt and I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go.
Love it. Live for it. Follow all of us on all social medias. Hook up the Blvd Bullies with maybe a t-shirt sale or a fucking comment on the video. Let's get that engagement
and watch all holes or watch AF, whatever
AHF.
AHF with Kat and Larry. It's on my YouTube and it's on her YouTube.
Way to go. And until then, and by the way, keep a fucking eye on your chairs because God knows that there are some dirty, rotten, selfish motherfuckers out there who might steal them from you or might not. But either way, if you're an enemy of mine or anyone on this program, do us a favor and die slow. Until next time, Blvd Bullies versus the world.